Things to improve your health today.
Yes.
Things you could do today to improve your health.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Phil Phails for you. Number one.
Sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep is really important for brain function. Sleep is really important for
muscle recovery
and
muscle development
and body fat, like reducing body fat.
Yeah, everything. Your whole system works off of sleep.
Yeah.
Your GI will be better if you get sleep. Your everything will be better if you get sleep. Not only does it matter the amount of sleep, everybody's different. So there's not like a set number, but it's usually around 7 to 9 hours per day that you need sleep.
7 to 9 hours, y'all.
Yeah. But the structure of it.
The structure?
So I always go to bed between 7:30 and 8:30. That's lame, I know. Yeah. But I wake up at 4 a.m. every morning. So because I do that, I wake up easy.
The consistency of the routine.
Yes.
And you go to bed at the same time every night and you wake up at the same time every morning.
Yes.
Consistency matters.
Rare occasions do I allow myself to stay up later, or if I have to because of like a flight or schoolwork or something, which I rarely stay up late for schoolwork. I'm just going to be real because my brain doesn't work. And so what's the point?
Well, what about an event?
Yes, an event.
A get together with friends.
That would be one. Yeah. Or when I did a 12-hour run in the middle of the night, that was one. But like I had, it like took a toll on me, and it took time for me to recover from that because of just losing my sleep schedule. So I think that you should limit that. Like, I'm not saying don't be social. I'm not saying, don't go do fun things that are out of your sleep schedule, but you should probably 90% be on a strict schedule.
Yeah. Yeah.
90-10 rule for most anything in your life is probably best.
Yeah.
Even diet.
And that is 7 to 9 hours a night.
Yeah.
That is having a strict go to bed time and a wake up time.
Yes.
Oh, not strict, consistent.
Consistent.
We're looking for consistency.
Yeah, we're not trying to be rigid.
Yeah.
But we need to be more consistent.
Consistent.
That is a slight bit of rigidity.
Yeah.
But like it's important if you want to see results and you want to feel results.
Yep. If you want to improve your health today.
If your health is that important to you, then you should consider those two things.
Yep.
And that's simple, easy, free 99.
That's free 99, y'all.
Yeah.
That's number one, sleep. What is number two, Ashtyn?
Hydration.
Look at the camera, tell them.
Hydration.
Hydration.
You better
We're
hydrate.
talking about water. You're going to want to pour it all over your body. Make sure you get it in your ears.
Don't.
Make sure you get it in between your toes. We're talking about water, y'all.
Up your nose. No, just kidding. No,
you just drink water.
Drink water. Also, electrolytes are really important, and that's part of hydration that a lot of people miss out on. They start drinking a whole bunch of water, or most people don't want to drink a bunch of water. But if they do start to drink a bunch of water, it is good to alternate by even putting a pinch of salt in your water every other glass.
Electrolytes are
sodium,
magnesium, potassium.
Yep.
It's those three things.
Yes.
I, right now, am out of electrolyte powder, and so I've been drinking pickle juice.
Pickle juice is delish.
It is delicious.
Yes, it's the nectar of the gods.
Yeah. So I've just been sipping on a pickle juice jar.
It's not as much sodium as electrolyte
powder. Yeah.
But you can add salt to it.
I need to get some.
And people don't understand how much more salt they actually need. And if you're a super sweaty athlete, you do need more like 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of sodium, which is like a gram or two of sodium per day.
Be drinking water, y'all, too. Don't drink soda or diet soda or sugary drinks.
No, but like herbal
juices
and coffee
is good
as liquids. Some people don't think coffee counts because they consider that a diuretic, but I think it's either or. It's
the stuff I've seen says that caffeine's not good for your brain health because it's a
It's a vasodilator.
Yeah, and thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm here with the words.
She's the professional here today.
Yeah.
It's a vasodilator, and it's not great for your brain.
But
caffeine's not.
But a vasodilator is good for your blood flow, which is good for your lifting.
Yeah, it's good for your lifting.
Just, any sort of physical function. And a lot of supplements have caffeine in it for that reason.
I do not caffeine. Some people do. I'm not going to put them down today.
No, I think it's a personal
choice.
Yeah. Water's not, though.
I have ADHD, so
Yeah.
I have ADHD, so I don't need more energy. I don't need something stimulating me like caffeine.
Well, and I feel like sometimes you try to help yourself because you're tired.
Yeah.
And I think because
you might
I have
just
ADHD,
sleep.
It just makes me tireder. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm now asleep.
Well, if you're tired, if your body's like saying I'm tired,
there's nothing else to put in the cup.
Just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Take a nap, y'all. Don't force your body to do stuff when your body's saying I'm tired.
No,
anyway, that's a whole other topic.
Your baseline, yeah.
Listen to your body. But water, how much water?
Well, so I always recommend to try to get about a half a gallon a day. Now, some people say 8-ounce glasses a day. I don't know math, so I don't know if that's a half a gallon, but yeah.
It says 24 ounces.
Yeah.
So that'd be...
I couldn't imagine drinking just 64 ounces of water a day. Unless I think it depends also.
That would be 3 of these?
Yeah.
I definitely drink 3 of these a day.
Yeah, me too. I think it also depends on what you're eating. And if you're getting a lot of like fruit or vegetables that have water in it, that's how you can get away with less water. But we live in Texas and we're sweaty humans. And so I feel like with my people that are super active and super sweaty, I try to have them do a half gallon a day.
Why is water important?
For hydration, which also helps with brain function. Salt helps with brain function. It helps with your ticker. You need salt for your heart to work. Too much salt's not good either, but like too much water's not good. You've got to play it out, but I think you're safe to say that like doing a pinch of salt in your glass of water, every other glass, fine.
Himalayan sea salt? Does it matter what kind of salt?
That's fine. It's sodium.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a cheaper way of doing it than doing the electrolyte powders, but you're not getting the potassium and magnesium. So you've got to consider that. How are you going to get those sources otherwise?
What do you pinch in there for those?
I don't.
You just have to buy those.
Yeah.
You have to buy magnesium and
I use magnesium at night and
because it helps you sleep.
Mm-hmm. And I like, I mean, I'm not promoting them because I'm not a sponsor, but Element is one of my favorite.
Yep. I've had it.
Yeah. It makes my life easy for sure. So with me being outside coaching, I have to consume
those packets. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to consume a lot more. And so I do my own sweating and then I do sweating for others because I just exist.
She sweats for all of us, y'all.
Yeah.
She sweats for the masses.
Sweat for the masses.
Number 2 is water.
Yes.
Number 3.
Food. Logging food.
Nutrition. Is this, we're talking macros now.
You want to simplify it at first.
Okay, what is food?
Trying to better yourself.
Yeah, how do they improve their health today? What's food?
I would just start logging your food.
Just log your food.
Yeah, like when I have people that finally have been consistent with lifting and they're like, they probably mentioned this many times before, oh, I want to work on my nutrition. I don't want them to change a whole bunch of things at once because that's not going to set you up for success. More than likely, you're going to fail because you're going to be overwhelmed with all the new things. So I want them to be proficient at one habit before adding another. When they get there, I have them write their food log. I don't have them write down amounts. I just have them write what they eat. And anything they put in their mouth, whether it be water, gum, coffee, a donut, and that's where it gets tricky, is because they're like, oh, I had this thing.
I want to hide that from Ashtyn.
Hide that from myself and Ashtyn.
From myself.
If you are going to not be honest with yourself, then you're not ready to be successful with your nutrition.
Yeah.
Don't have the expectation of losing weight if you're willing to lie to yourself on a food log. Your body's telling me what you're eating. You don't have to, if it says that you just had salads and I see you and you look like you not had salads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't
Your
lie.
body will tattletale on you. You're not an anomaly.
Keep
It's
a
called
log.
science.
Keep an honest log. Be honest
Yeah.
with yourself.
Yeah.
Be honest with Ashtyn.
With themselves, really.
Be honest with yourself. Write
Yeah.
down everything you put into your face.
Yeah.
You don't put the water in there?
Yeah, all of it.
All of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then do you have to weigh stuff, or can you just keep it kind of
no
easy going?
at
Like
first,
Berg,
just
some
yeah.
French fries.
Yes. And then once you get good at that, you can visually see like, oh, ooh, I've been eating a lot more than I thought.
So it's awareness.
Yeah, it gives you insight and awareness.
Yeah.
And then hopefully that will give you a little bit of like choices and options. And you're like, is this worth it since I had a burger yesterday?
Yep.
Or I had a half a dozen of donuts. Maybe I should not have a half a dozen donuts
What's
today.
important to me?
Yeah. And then you look at it week by week, and then you'll look at it over a month, and that really slaps you in the face.
So you have your folks do a food log, and then they revisit it week by week.
Oh yeah. No, I make them give it to
Do you
me
look at it with them? Do y'all like look at it together?
I look at it with them bi-weekly. I make them write it. I look at it bi-weekly. Once they get better at that, you already start to see a little bit of shift if they're being honest and real. And then I start having them write the portions. And then after that, once they get good at that.
Portions?
Yeah.
How do they know the portions?
You get a scale. That's real cheap. Amazon, you get a scale. Or you can use measuring cups, but you've got to pick one way.
So the food log gets more detailed over time.
Yes. Yeah. But then it's not overwhelming, and you're not being like, here's your macros, here's how much you need to weigh, here's how, blah, blah, like that's too much math and overwhelming for
at the beginning.
For an average person, yeah.
Yeah.
Too much.
But as you progress in your training,
it's just a little bit of extra.
You put a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I coach you guys and I give you 9,000 drills and you get one of them, then you don't have to focus on that one anymore. You can focus on one of the other 900 drills I gave you.
That's right. That's right. Food log. Food log is number 3. Yes. Number 4.
Movement. Motion is lotion. If you can just walk, even if you are just starting to try to lift or get into exercise, walk.
Just move your body.
Yeah. I don't believe in 10,000 steps is going to be your key to success. I think just move.
Move.
Yeah, just move. Even if it's like 30 minutes every other day, you go for a 30-minute walk. Or take a break when you're at work and walk for 10 minutes.
Do more movement today than you did yesterday.
Well, don't do that because then that's you're like,
overtime.
I can't go to work today. I got to walk 100 miles.
Yeah. Well,
but like,
if you're starting out though, like just move in some way.
Just moving in some way is going to be great.
Yeah.
And start with a chewable amount, even if it's 10 minutes. Set a timer at work.
Yeah.
Go for a walk for 10 minutes. People poop longer than that. You're not going to get in trouble. Like,
been timing people's poops?
No, but people will be like, "Oh, well, I'm at work and I can't."
Yeah, you can take a walk.
Excuses.
You can take a walk.
Yeah, you can take a walk.
Yeah. So move. Invite movement into your day is what
every day.
Saying.
Yes.
Every day.
Every day.
Movement.
Yeah, just a little. Doesn't have to be a lot. And then you compile onto that. And you don't want to move a lot every day. Once you get more, it gets easier to move every day. You will start to have some days where you move more and some days that you move less over time, so that your overall week has like a base.
Yeah.
Because you really need to look at your percentages of your week to week and not do 100 miles one week and then 10 the next. Because that 100 miles might be too much and the 10 might be too little. So understanding how to like slowly add, which if you're slowly adding by time, that's easy.
Yeah.
Because it's going to kind of work for itself. You might become a little faster over time, but it's not going to be anything detrimental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Movement is number 4. Movement. Number 5.
I think self-care in some form. Because we're talking about bettering ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about improving your health.
Yeah. Meditation, getting massage, Epsom salt bath,
Self-care.
Yeah, foam roller, lacrosse ball.
How are you resting and recovering?
Yeah, it can be active recovery. Like, it's just dependent on what you're doing. I mean, I would say that foam rolling and lacrosse balling isn't resting.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
intense.
it's intense.
So I would call that active recovery.
For sure.
Yeah. So I feel like finding that time for yourself, whether it just be quiet time for yourself, if you're a more active person, or, active recovery, or some sort of, mental reconnection, I feel like we always put ourselves last and have a struggle with making time for ourselves, and we lose the boundaries, and then we lose ourselves because we're too busy catering to others or allowing our job to overconsume ourselves or whatever. So having that time for yourself is really important. It also gives you time to reflect. Like, have you been really taking care of yourself? What is that doing to impact you by not or by doing? And what changes could you make to better your next week? Just kind of self-check,
Yeah.
self-care.
Yeah, I think that one's really important, Ashtyn.
Yeah. I wouldn't say these are in like any sort of order. I think they're all important.
Yeah, all of these are
Yeah.
important.
Because we could just put 5 number ones, really.
That's true, but
Yeah.
self-care is really important.
Yeah.
Whether that's mindfulness or meditation or rolling out or trigger pointing or doing
Looking over your schedule and being like, whoa, that was silly. Goose status. How about we create some boundaries and schedule some time for yourself throughout your week?
schedule, prioritize yourself.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
the more you take care of yourself, the more you can give to others if you're a giver.
Yeah.
If you're a giver or a caretaker, you have to put yourself first.
You got to give to yourself.
Yeah.
I like that one. I like all of these.
Yay.
Do we have a 6 and a 7 or do we stop at 5?
No, I feel like
5 is solid.
yeah. I think anything more is overwhelming.
That's right. So we did things to improve your health today, and those things were
Oh no. Like sleep,
number 1, sleep.
hydration,
Number 2, hydration.
food.
Number 3, food log. Really, it was like logging your food, but yeah, food. Number 4,
Just a log of food. Exercise, movement.
movement
You
is
gotta
medicine.
move.
Motion is lotion. Number 5,
Self-care.
self-care.
I felt like that was a quiz. I was like, pop quiz.
We numbered them, but they're all number 1. It might as well have been number 1, sleep. Number 1, water. Number 1, food log. Or
Yes.
tracking your food, having awareness around what you put in your body, really. Number 4, movement. Or number 1, movement. Number 1, self-care.
Yeah. Number 1 and number 1.
Number 1 and number 1 and number 1.
With the number 1, and then follow another number 1.
We did a list, y'all.
Yeah, we did it.
Ashtyn and I made a list for you people. We hope that you enjoy. I'm looking there. You look
Yeah,
there.
it's like,
You look there. We did not. He doesn't do that every time. We made a list for y'all. It's got 5 things on it, and we've told you those 5 things.
Yeah.
Yeah.